Stop waiting to feel ready. Do this instead. What is that, you might ask? Well, there's one simple thing that actually separates the winners from the losers. The people who overthink and never get anything done from the people who take action and win. And that one thing is there's one simple thing that actually separates the winners from the losers. The people who overthink and never get anything done from the people who take action and win. And that one thing is taking action consistently. That's all you have to do. I heard it said once that I do is better than IQ. Actually, I heard it said that I will is better than IQ, and I modified that to I do is better than IQ. Why is that? If you're anything like I used to be, you get overwhelmed easy. You overthink. You tend to want everything to be perfect before you launch something. You want your macros set up perfectly before you can start the diet. You want everything to be perfect before you actually do things. But in reality, the people who succeed are the opposite. The ones that take action, imperfect action. The ones that take action despite not being ready. What is ready? Ready is just a decision anyways. It's not like you need to feel some certain type of way. You're not going to feel ready until you take action and you're already in it. That's just the way it goes. People that just have questions and raise their hands and want to get everything perfect, and that's me. That's who I have historically been. But once I finally started to see success, I looked back at what I was doing differently, and the main thing was that I just took action. I created a plan. I did a little bit of the planning things out, but I just took action even when I wasn't sure. And I figured it out along the way, and I failed, and I was so happy and confident with the plan that I had, and I just knew it was gonna work, and I was so excited over it. And then I fell off track, and little things started to happen and come up along the way, and I didn't realize, wow, after a week and a half of being perfectly disciplined, that those cravings can really show up. I had to learn through those and make the wrong choices. I lost 8 pounds. I am now to this point down 12 pounds from where I started at 228. I am now 216. And it's been a journey. I've had ups and downs. It took me the first 12 days out of the 14-day reset to lose that weight, to lose the initial 8 pounds. I actually went off plan on day 13 and day 14. So if anything, that's a testament to how well this actually works. If you stick to this thing all 14 days, like I should have, you can see even more drastic results. You can lose 10 pounds, 12 pounds. I'm telling you, in 14 days, just by following a certain system. I have that whole free 14-day baseline reset in my bio in the Stan store. That's stan.store/Jason Jacob, JASON JACOB. Honestly, I just want to bring this to everyone else who feels the way I did, because I know how hard it is to go for years and years and plan and hope and make empty promises that I never followed through. And it didn't feel good. I've been in a position of being so overweight, I didn't even want to go outside. I didn't have clothes that fit me. I had to wear the same few things over and over again. And I would tell myself, this time is going to be different. This time I'm going to change, right? And I would make those promises to myself and then break them around my kids. And they would see me making promises, saying I'm never going to eat certain things or do certain things. And then not only do I go fail myself, I fail them. I go and literally fail them and allow them to eat off of a healthy diet just because I was craving something. But when your failures start affecting your kids, I don't know about you, but man, that was it for me, because I had a couple of those moments, a couple of those days, and that's when I really just had to look myself in the mirror and just really wake myself up and ask myself, like, what are you doing? Why are you making bad decisions for your own kids that show that you have as much disregard for their health as you have for your own? Why are you allowing this to happen? You know you love them. I love my kids more than anything. Being a great dad is literally my identity. And if you watch this channel, it's probably yours. We want them to have fun though. We want them to be able to eat something that might not be the healthiest because it makes them happy. But we have to learn how to have that balance. For me, myself, when I saw them not being fit and in shape as they should have been for their age, I saw the negative effects that them having me as a father was having on them. And that broke my heart, to be honest. That's just like something that if I wouldn't have changed that, I wouldn't have gotten over. I have my own issues with my own father. I had parents who were just pretty much nonchalant, eat whatever you want. Hey, let's all just very relaxed, didn't have discipline, didn't have structure. To this day, my dad is like a chocolate fiend. Like he's always got some type of sweets in his house. And I would be the one to bring up like all this research that I was finding, and I was a psychology major, and I would just like go through the literature and like all these different things, and read books, and find research backed papers that show that, you know, sugar is not great for you, and these are the reasons why, and this is what it can lead to, especially if you overdo it. And you know, he would find these. Now you have the industry out there fighting against real peer reviewed research, and you have these influencers that these people from these industries would pay to counter that advice, so that you can't tell who's right, because this person's saying sugar is really great for you and it's something you should add to your diet regularly. And I had to go digging. You have to dig into some of these articles. You have to understand that they're being financed by the people trying to sell you the thing. So whenever you find something, some type of research or an article online, now we have these LLMs. You can ask AI, like, is this article funded by, you know, a corporation that might not have my best interest at heart? These were the conversations that I had as a teenager in my house. And I was a little upset because over time I had ended up with habits that were just created because of the environment I was in. And it was something I was really disappointed in my parents for creating. But then I went and almost repeated that for a while. And that's something that to this day I'm not proud of. So I had to really have that one-on-one talk with myself and realize like, hey, I've got to do something. But I didn't feel like I could do anything, because every time I would try, nothing would come of it. And this is where the whole idea and concept of the baseline reset comes from. It was something that actually worked, because I know for myself, having momentum is everything for me. And if I'm ahead of the ball, I will go 5 times harder and really get somewhere and make progress. But if I feel behind, or I feel like, you know, I'm the type of person who would, if I ate on plan, but then I had one small chocolate somewhere, I'm like, might as well go to the donut store and get, you know, a dozen donuts and eat those. And then if I'm being healthy and I'm sticking to my plan, then I will stick to that, especially if I'm losing weight, especially if I'm seeing traction. And so you have to make that decision for yourself. You have to decide when enough is enough. You have to ask yourself, when is today the right moment to change? When is now a good time to change? And you have to just take that first step. As soon as you feel a little bit motivated to change, whether it's for your family, whether it's because you want to be there for your kids, no matter what it is. And let me tell you, being on the other side of the fence feels amazing. They say nothing tastes as good as looking good feels. And I can tell you that's 100% true, especially being on the other side of the fence, being 12 pounds down now. That's incredible for me. I haven't lost 12 pounds since maybe I was in college. And I did it by resetting my baseline. I was literally just eating too much food. And I realized if I just eat a lot less for a few weeks, I can reset what was normal to me. It all comes down to what our brains are processing as normal. And now, once I did that for 2 weeks, I couldn't believe the amount of food that I was eating for all these years before. And I just think about it, it makes me sick. How was I doing that to my own family? I want to be around for a long time for them. I want to be around. I want to enjoy life for myself and be there for them. And I think I was heading in a certain direction that was not going to be good and might not have provided me the best outcome. But now I feel so much healthier. I know I'm eating so much less food because I lowered my baseline, and then I took it up a little after the first 2-week period. There's the complete baseline reset, which is in my Stand store as well, but the free baseline reset, the free 14-day baseline reset, that's right there for free. You can go download it right now and read the whole thing, and it'll tell you exactly what it's all about and why. If you want the complete baseline reset, it's exactly what I'm following to get from essentially where I am now to where I'm headed. Because I started at 216 with probably 30% body fat, something like this. And, you know, I'm headed down. My goal is 13.5% body fat, probably less than that, but that's my first goal with weighing 175. So I'm currently 216, and so I've got a ways to go, but I'm headed there now on a trajectory because I lowered my baseline and now I bumped it up a little. So now I feel like I eat too much food. I feel great. You're not going to follow your diet unless you know this one thing. It's a cheat code, and it's just that. You need to lower what's normal for yourself. You need to lower your baseline, get used to eating down here, and then bump it up a little. And you can't just do it randomly. You do need to count macros a little, or else it's not really going to work. If you use the special secret sauce in the whole structure that I created, it will work for you. And if you get the complete baseline reset, feel free to DM me and let me know what your goal weight is, because I would love to be there for you and hold you accountable and make sure you get there too. I'm doing this for all the dads out there who are overwhelmed, overworked. We make the wrong choices, but we don't mean to. We mean well, but we still need our actions to catch up with our intention. And this all comes back to the same exact idea of I do is better than IQ. You can have all the intelligence in the world, you can break down a plan all you want to, but a plan is just a plan until you put it into action. Consistency is king. You need to take action, imperfect action. That's what you need to do if you want to get somewhere, if you want to get out of this slump that you might be in. That's what you have to do. You have to stop waiting to feel ready, and you have to take action. You have to choose a direction. It could be the baseline reset that I have. It could be someone else's program. It could be anything. You literally just have to pick something and stick to it for long enough, but you need to start. You need to get going, and that's what the baseline reset is all about. It's about getting that first little bit of momentum that starts the engine and changes everything. And a month from now, 2 months from now, you will be a completely different person. You'll be just like me saying, nothing tastes as good as looking this good feels, because I feel great. I can finally fit into shirts again that I couldn't fit into before. I mean, it's just amazing. The way I feel is like incredible. Like, you can't go through your life and be in this slump always and keep making these empty promises to yourself and have the wrong frame of mind and just be in a cloud of negativity and not feel that hardcore depression, because it feels almost like you gave up. You give your power away when you do that, because it feels like no matter what I do, nothing's going to change. I made the baseline reset exactly for that reason, to help people get momentum when they don't feel that that's even possible for them anymore. Hey guys, quick interruption to the Jason Jacobs Show. If you're anything like me and you're overwhelmed, overworked, making wrong choices, and you know that you need to get back in control of your life, what better place to start than to lose a few pounds? If you've got some extra pounds that you know you could lose and you just don't know how to do it, or you've tried over and over again but you always seem to fail, the baseline reset will take all of the overthinking, all of the overwhelm out of it. It gives you exactly what you need to track your macros, exactly what to do from start to finish, from day 1 to day 14. And if you get it now, send me a DM so that I can hold you accountable personally and make sure that you get to your goal weight. This is a tribe of dads who are trying to become their best version, who know there's a better version of themselves out there, and they just have to go out and get it. So if you feel like you're stuck, stop waiting to feel ready and take action. Go to stan.store/Jason Jacob, that's JASONJACOB, and get the complete baseline reset today. Now back to the show. So again, coming back to this concept of just taking action is the most important thing that you can do. You need to take action. You need to get started. You just need the next step. There's an old story somewhere, some animals walking through a forest, and he was saying, I can't see where we're headed. And the other animal says, look down and just take the next step. All you need to see is the next step. And the next step for someone out there could be the baseline reset. And that can be the thing, the catalyst that transforms your life. It might be something different. It's not about me. It's about you and whatever is going to get you to that next stage. If I can be that catalyst to motivate you to at least take action, that's what I care about. I've had so many difficult situations in my life. I've had such a hard time actually getting myself back on track. But thankfully now, fixing my body fixed everything else. My job doesn't even matter. There's certain things and aspects that I used to really feel like bogged down by. I feel like the weight has lifted. I'm mentally clear now. I could lose my job tomorrow and still be fine, actually be better. I'd rather be on a different trajectory anyways. Whereas before, eating bad just made me interpret everything. It literally does get into your mind, and you interpret everything more negatively, and you see everything through this heavy veil, this cloud of just negativity. You don't realize how important this one thing is for your mental sanity. Having discipline, being on track, just eating healthy, first of all, mostly whole foods, changes your gut microbiome. And so your gut and brain are connected, and you literally have different bacteria going on in your body that's affecting you differently. You start thinking more clearly. You start feeling motivation for the first time. Like, you feel happy. Like, guess what? You can feel happy, like right now. Like, if you don't feel happy right now, it's probably got something to do with the last 2 weeks and the way you've been living in the last 2 weeks. And so you just need to take action. Today, I told myself I wanted to go out and go for a walk. and I was just going to skip recording today. But what did I do? I said, no, I have to do it. I didn't overthink and let the side of me that if I would have been eating junk food, I probably would have done that. I probably would have said, you know what? I'm just going to record this tomorrow. I don't even feel good anyways. But I didn't. I ate healthy all day today. I actually had a great meal for dinner, but I had like a protein shake and egg whites and an egg white burrito, like high protein meals that were very satisfying. And so I had a lot of calories left over, a lot of macros left over, and I had some chicken and spaghetti for dinner because I had the macros. And I don't feel guilty. I've been working out super hard. I've been trying to put on some muscle. And I know that tomorrow I'm going to be able to use those carbs from that spaghetti and hit my workout hard. I feel great. 2.5 weeks ago, I wouldn't have felt like this. I mean, it's incredible. Like, you can either do it or don't do it. But if you just take action, everything else in your life will follow. You need to stop waiting to feel ready because you're never going to feel ready. You just need to make a decision and take action, no matter what that course of action is. So if you want something that you can do today, you can get my free 14-day baseline reset in my bio at stand.store.com/Jason Jacob. You can follow the curriculum there for the next 14 days. It gives you enough to get you going. And once you're on this side of the fence, you'll probably want to get that whole complete baseline reset. You can reach out to me and I would love to help motivate you. I know what it's like to be a dad who's responsible for kids, who does everything in your power for your family, but yet you outgrew your old friends maybe. You're in a new city maybe. You don't have that support system, that network. Well, that's what this is here. We're all supporting each other here. This is a place for dads. This is a space for us to connect with each other, for us to encourage each other, and for us to all win together. I used to be a rapper, to tell you the truth. I was on the radio at 17. I've met like many of my old childhood favorite superstars and thought that was such a glamorous life. But what I realized was that didn't really give me anything that I thought it would. What actually gave me happiness in life and fulfillment was turning into this person. I feel more fulfillment in the past couple weeks than I felt in my whole entire life because I had to look within and change my character. I was chasing things outside of me, and a new car didn't do it. A new car will make you happy for 2 weeks, but that's it. And then it goes away. It's fleeting. It's empty and hollow. Success didn't do it. Getting on the radio and thinking, wow, I'm some big shot. That totally doesn't last. That's not, if anything, that created more anxiety in me because I felt like responsible to do it again. What are people going to think of me if I don't reach this next height? I almost left San Diego and moved out to LA because I thought I had to now do the next step of like really be in the scene and all this other stuff. And am I so glad I'm not that person anymore. Being a software engineer, having a difficult job that I know is meaningful because there are people depending on me, having responsibility, making the right choices nowadays because I set myself up to be on this new trajectory. The fact that I didn't eat horribly today, my kids didn't eat horribly because I didn't lead them down that path, that's real success. That will bring you real fulfillment. All this other stuff, vanity metrics, all these other things, they don't last. But who you become when you look in the mirror, you can lie to everyone else, but you can't lie to yourself. If you really work hard on yourself, and it starts with this, with what choices you're making. If you can kick all the vices. I heard someone say, stopping your worst habit will do so much more for you than starting a new habit. And so depending on who you are, that's probably true for most people. And then when you get to a different level where you've actually kicked most of your vices and you just have a trajectory in front of you that you know you're gonna crush, and you have it's like the whole world opens up for you. You literally become a new person and you get possessed by this energy, and it's contagious, and other people are now reaching out to you and thanking you because you're helping them and you're just passing on knowledge, and you become this person that you never even thought you could have been. But it all started because you took action, because you made the choice to do something. It's like the butterfly effect. Someone helped me get on this trajectory. I was watching Myron Golden videos and had a million light bulbs go off and said, wow, this is amazing. Shout out to Myron Golden. And I realized ever since Tony Robbins videos back in the day. I'm the type of person, this is why I went into music and creative type stuff, that I want to express myself in a way that feels comfortable for me. And living in corporate America, that's not it. That's not it. That's not for me. But what I do care about is helping others. That's why I have this channel. I don't have to build this channel. I don't have to do all this stuff. I do this as a creative outlet. I do this to help others. And I do this if I can just help one person, you watching this. If this helps you, if you get the baseline reset and it transforms your life, and you just send me a DM like, thank you so much. Like, I lost 15 pounds. I lost 25, 50, 75 pounds, and my whole life is different now because I watched your video, because I did the baseline reset, because you motivated me to go off on my own path and create this thing, or like trailblaze my own path. And I already knew what to do, but watching your video actually got me to do it. That's meaningful. That's what I care about. That's what I do this for. So just know you can do it. No, you don't need to wait for the perfect moment. You just need to stop waiting to feel ready and do this instead. Get started. Make today your first day, or tomorrow. If you want to have that little bit of room in between, just say, as soon as I wake up tomorrow, I'm going to start eating better. I'm going to reduce how, this is the baseline reset in a nutshell. Eat less, a lot less, to the point where you're like, you're going to have to be mentally prepared, right? For a while. You want to cut your calories and your macros by 40% and eat a lot less than you're used to. But if you don't eat the correct macros, then you're going to be in trouble, because you're probably going to be hungry. Eat a lot of protein, pretty much, and a lot less fat, and pad it with some carbs. Or get the baseline reset and just read the free ebook and transform your life. It all starts with one step. If you take that first step, then the next one and the next one will show itself to you, and you will become a whole different person, and your whole life will never be the same. But if you don't take that step, that's fine too. I'm going to be on this trajectory. We're going to be on this trajectory. You can stay stuck if you want to, but I really don't want that for you. You can stay exactly where you are. You can keep scrolling off this video and nothing will change if nothing changes. You can say maybe next month, yes, but you can give a million reasons why not. But you only need one reason why, and you only need that one reason to matter more than all the others. It's never what happens in our life. It's how much importance we give to any thought or anything that happens. And so if you just give a lot of importance to the thought, I need to make a change and I'm going to change now, your whole life will transform. That's why I always say, and I'll say it again, that freedom is possible. Action creates opportunity, and your outer world changes the moment you change on the inside. Stop waiting to feel ready and do this now. I'll see you guys next time.